So, alright, yo, hello and welcome everybody. What is going on? So, with the end of the year being here, let's do a top 10. Not of the best, although you could say it's of the best, but in my opinion, it's of my favorite. So, not the best, but my favorite reactions of this year, which most of the time, accumulates to my favorite things that I've seen this year, not just my favorite reactions. But take it with a grain of salt that it is specifically my reactions. And what I've done with this top 10 list, I've tried to limit it to one per series, essentially. So, for example, something that has obviously much more episodes will obviously have much more of my favorite things on this top 10 if it were that case. But that's why I limited it to one per series. So, starting off with number 10. Monogatari second season, episode 29. And I'm not going to go into too much spoilers, obviously, just because obviously a lot of people might not have seen the shows itself. But episode 29 was, let me just, to give it away, non-spoilery. Hey, my name is Kay. I'm not going to obviously continue that name. Would you like to have some food and drink with me? I'm Kay. You see me? I'm K. This arc is after the next arc, but I'm K. That guy. Yeah, that guy. For those guys who obviously know what episode I'm talking about, it is that episode. It is the episode where K shows up and it's like, yo, how y'all doing, folks? I hated this episode and I love this episode. Again, it's probably not my favorite episode of Monogatari that I've watched, but it's definitely my favorite moment. Specifically moment. I think, especially with Monogatari, it works better in arcs. And considering that I, with Monogatari, mainly do episodes by episodes, it was very difficult to actually place this. Because if I had done like my favorite arcs of this year, I think Monogatari would have probably took like second, third, fourth, fifth spot. It would have just had a clean sweep almost. But I wanted to limit it to episodes, and that's reactions, I should say, not episodes, not specifically single episodes, but reactions. And that specific episode, episode 29 reaction, Monogatari second season, episode 29 reaction was just both hate and love. Now, number nine, Kado no Kyoukai, the epilogue. Now, that was one of those things where I was like, you know what on earth is going on? Am I too stupid? Am I really too stupid? It was more of a reaction of just utter confusion, but also just, reading and, it wasn't really much of a reaction per se, but it was just trying to, like, process the information. It was like I was being thrown a book. Like, it was like somebody took a book or, like, a whole semester worth of just literature and just threw that in my face, and I was like, huh? What is going on here? It was just insane. It's just insane amount of detail, something that I'm usually only used to at very minor spots with either Gatari or with LotGH. Those are usually the two shows where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to record this show unless I feel like I can actually think. And with that episode, I don't think I was ready. I don't think even if I could think with that Kado no Kyoukai epilogue, I would have been able to clock that. I would have been able to comprehend that. But it was me playing catch-up live, because I was streaming this live. It was me playing catch up, and then obviously when we had a talk with the chat, it turned out I actually got everything right, so that kind of felt good as well. But it was one of those things where I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah, basically just like, I got this. Yes, I got this now. Oh, I got this now. That kind of thing. It's just kind of weird. It was like the most awkward reaction, I'd say, but it was, for me personally, it was just a fun one. For me personally, trying to comprehend it, because usually if I was watching this on my own, I would have paused the episode like 50 times, like 100 times, like every 2 lines I would have paused. Okay, I need to think about this line, and that was not, I obviously couldn't pause that while doing a reaction. Anyway, number 8, which is Monster episode 30. It's not my favorite Monster episode. I think Monster especially is one of those shows that I feel like is rising and rising. It started off, to me, it started off fantastically, don't get me wrong. I think the first 4 episodes especially, that's why I was told to obviously react to the first 4 episodes at once. I felt like those were at that point the strongest episodes. Then like the next 10 to 20 almost were good, but not great. And then once we hit like 20, I want to say like 24, 25, this show just skyrocketed. And right now it's like one of my favorite shows of all time, just straight up. And like episode 30, again, it wasn't my favorite episode of Monster, but it was the one that I just remember the most vividly. It was the one where I think I actually got up from my chair and just screaming, yes! Just yes, 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 yes. Because the whole episode, and that's one of the things that is so great about Monster, it's always filled with tension. Like every moment you're at the edge of your seat, you're like, damn, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen here? It reminds me like of a series arc of Detective Conan. Like if, for example, Clash of Red and Black, that's what it reminded me of. Like, okay, I'm on the edge of the seat. He's like, okay, I need to comprehend this. I need to comprehend that, and that's what that episode felt like. And then by the end, I was just like, yes, 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 get in. Great episode, but not my favorite. But probably my favorite. My favorite reaction of Monster of this year, 2018. Next up, and this is the one where I had the most trouble with, and that was Haikyuu, episode 17 to 25. So that's season 1. That's the season 1 finale, because I wasn't sure. Would I include the season 2 finale? Would I include the season 3 finale? Or would I include the season 1 finale? Because I feel like episode-wise, I think the best one was season 2. Tension-wise, I feel like the best one was season 3. But reaction-wise, I think the best one in terms of just watching it for me personally at that moment, and just in terms of reaction, was season 1. Because there is this one scene, I think you all know which one I'm talking about, where, and I'm gonna try and imitate that, where you can't see my legs, so that's kind of pointless, you know, but yeah, let's talk about legs, like that kind of gives it away. But where that young golden episode, right? Not because that's my boy, right? But just golden episode, right? I love that episode. I love those episodes, because like I said, it's the end of season 1 finale. It was episode 17 to 25, because that's the reaction I recorded. Obviously, the end of season 1 in one bunch, and that was that. Season 2, season 3 could have easily slotted in here, but I just picked season 1 just because of that one moment. Now, next up, we have Ping Pong, the animation. Ping Pong, the animation, episode 11, which is the finale. Man, Ping Pong, for it being 11 episodes, it managed to be on like my top 5 favorite animes of all time. It is that good. At one point, I had it as like my 3rd favorite anime. In terms of animes, there's no real list, right? If you want to know, my current list is something like that. Like Ashura Joe is like number 1. Then you've got Berserk number 2. Anime. I'm talking about anime, and I love the old Berserk anime, right? And then at one point I had Ping Pong there, and Ping Pong it's still up there. You know, still has to say I still give it a 91 or 92. But it's just other things have just slowly creeped up, and some things have surpassed it. I've rewatched Nodame Cantabile, that's gone up again, and that's kind of pushed Ping Pong out. But that's season 1 finale. Let's talk about that episode, right? I loved it. I loved it so much that it was the only time that I can think of in my life where I teared up and cried because I was happy. Never happened to me before, and I don't think it will ever happen again, in all fairness, right? It was just that good of an episode. The whole show is just that good. If you're not seeing Ping Pong, I highly recommend it. I know the animation, the art style looks funky, but it is glorious. Anyway, that was Ping Pong, the finale of season. Oh well, the finale of the show. There's only one season. Number 5. Fate Stays Night movie. It is. I had to write that down, otherwise I knew I wouldn't wouldn't remember it. Presage Fleur. That's me trying to sound cool, but it's not really. It's Presage Flower. You know, the Fate series is a beloved series to me. Fate Zero was just absolutely outstanding. It's one of the things that actually helped this channel grow, so that's a positive as well, I guess. But the series itself, because back then, I almost feel like back then, I was part of the community a lot more. I don't really respond to that many comments nowadays anymore because I just, I upload more than ever, and then I kind of just don't have the time to look at the comments too and respond to the comments. But like the Fate series to me is just something special, just because like every time there's a new Fate episode back with Fate Apocrypha and whatnot when that came out, or when the movie comes out and when the movie came out, the community just gets together. Like even people that don't really talk about Fate, they just come and they're like, yeah, let's talk about Fate, and I just love that. That's actually the reason why I started this channel for the most part, because I want to talk about stuff. I want to talk to people about stuff. I want to talk about things, and that's why Fate is just so special to me. The movie itself was glorious. I need the second movie, right? Let's be all told. When I say I need a second movie, I need it right now. I need it right now. But I can wait. I'm patient. I know a lot of you aren't, but I am. I'm patient. Once I finish those 3 movies, we'll hop straight to the visual novels. That's already a guarantee. That's a given at this point, all right? But we're just waiting for those movies. Anyway, that movie was glorious. Animation-wise, glorious. Story-wise, glorious. Everything glorious. It's just glorious, all right? Number 4. LotGH episode 54. The LotGH Legend of the Galactic Heroes episode 54. Now for LotGH, I feel like it's pretty much a long, I was gonna say a long running show, but I know there it's a long running show, but I would say it falls into the similar trap, I almost want to say, that Monogatari falls in, where, but the difference I think between Monogatari and LotGH is that with Monogatari you can really just review it or look at it arc by arc. LotGH, you have to look at it the whole show, which is why I still don't know whether whether I think the show is a 10 out of 10 as people have it, or whether the show's going to be like a 4 out of 10. I know I'm like 70 episodes in, I still don't know whether the show's going to be a 10 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10. There's just so much going on at so many points and so many, just so many things going on. And it has to all work. If it all works, the show is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to give it the highest rating possible, most likely. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to give it probably the lowest rating possible. It's just that kind of show. Anyway, that specific episode, though, we had my man, and I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he came in, walked on the planet, and everyone else around him just... You know which episode I'm talking about, right? You know which episode I'm talking about, right? It is all down to your Lord and Master. To your Lord and Master took, that's all. That's what I'm going to leave it off. Number 3. And honestly, in my personal opinion, probably my favorite. No, actually, I was just about to say it, but I'll say this. Probably my, I can't even say that. Because I know it's number 2, so I can't say what number. Alright, I'll say this about number 3. Probably the thing I'm most hyped about right now at this present time, right? And that's Kingdom. And the Kingdom number 3. There was a lot of things I could have said about Kingdom, right? I could have used the volume I literally just uploaded. I don't know when this video will go live, but I could have used the volume that I uploaded probably last week by the time this video was up, right? I could have uploaded the earlier volume, with, for those of you guys who know what I'm talking about, with, there are so many volumes I could have used. There are so many reactions I could have used. But the volume I used specifically was, or the reaction I used specifically, was 2 reactions ago. Not my last video, but the one before it, the start of this current arc. And I've talked to so many people about just Kingdom in general, and they've said this arc is the greatest arc of the whole series. And then just having the introduction of the arc, I swear, it was 1 volume, right? 1 volume for those who don't watch my Kingdom reactions, right? 1 volume usually takes me like between an hour and 10 minutes. It's like an hour and 30 minutes, all right? But that volume, I think that took me like 2 hours and 40 minutes or so. It was just non-stop, just like, you guys, those who watch my Kingdom know who I'm talking about, right? Just the guy coming in like, my lord, I have news. Then 10 seconds later, my lord, I have news. 10 seconds later, my lord, I have news. 10 seconds later, my lord, it was just a roller coaster. It was like, what? Okay, what? Okay, what? No, it can't go. What? Just like that. Just every time the guy came in, the guy will forever be known as the news bringer, all right? News bringer, that's his name. I don't know, he wasn't named or anything. Just a random character just coming in with the news, and messenger coming in with the news like, my lord, I've got news. And the news that guy had, the news that guy had. What an arc, like I said. Currently, probably the thing I'm looking forward to most. I want to finish this arc as badly as possible, honestly. The arc is just that good. And it's just basically begun. We're 2 volumes into that arc, and it's pretty much, it seems like it's just basically begun. But my lord, it is good. Now, number 2, and it's the reason why I didn't say it's my favorite ongoing thing right now. Because I want to be very specific. Kingdom is obviously still ongoing. Whereas most of the things that I react to aren't. Except for this one. And you could say, Fate is still ongoing. Monogatari is still ongoing. Gintama is still ongoing. But I'm talking specifically about anime. Well, it's a manga, alright? But I'm specifically talking about things that I'm watching. So if I'm watching it in anime form, I'm talking about animes. If I'm watching it in manga form, I'm talking about manga, alright? Number 2, One Piece Chapter 907. The best One Piece chapter of the series, in my opinion. And, if I didn't react to so many good shows this season, I think, I honestly think my channel would have become a One Piece channel this year. I honestly think my channel would have become a One Piece channel this year, because this year has been the best, straight up, unconditional, best year of One Piece. And I started One Piece when I was like 6 or 7 and it came on TV. I remember coming home one day, I remember coming home from school actually, when I was in primary school and whatnot, and like Pokemon, obviously, Digimon, Detective Conan, and then One Piece, and just obviously Dragon Ball, of course, that's a different story, but One Piece. I came home, I watched One Piece, and I never watched it up to date, but I always was like, Zoro, badass, he's my favorite character. But One Piece, I watched it for a long time. I'm pretty much like 15 years now I've watched it or so, give or take, right? But this year is still the best. And I don't think that's even a debate. I think this year is the best without a shadow of a doubt. And One Piece, for those guys who don't know, is my favorite manga of all time. It is my favorite series of all time as well. My favorite anything of all time, right? That's One Piece. Number 2 is probably like a Game of Thrones, the book, not the TV show, but the books, right? But this year for One Piece was just, and that chapter specifically, I want to talk about a certain pirate. Just awesome, right? But the thing is, there are so many other chapters that I could have picked for One Piece, and I do have. Actually, I didn't think about this transition, but I do have a list of other things that I want to talk about. And now those would be my notable mentions before I move on to my number 1 favorite reaction of this year. Now, my notable list of things that to me were just very, very special. First of all, as I mentioned before, Haikyuu Season 2 finale. Of course. Haikyuu Season 3 finale. Of course. And then you've got Gintama episode 209. Just to clarify, then you've also got Gintama episode 197, which was funny. Funny. Bug. Bug. Little tiny little bug. Just a bug in the way, just like, hi. Hi. Hi, I'm a bug. Now kiss me. Anyway, moving on, you've got Gintama episode 177 to 181, which is the Red Spider arc. Good thing with Gintama, I can mention the arc names without obviously revealing what the arc is about, because quite frankly, that doesn't tell you anything. We're at Spider. Ooh, it's a spider. Look at that. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. It's where Spider-Man shows up. Anyway, Gintama Red Spider arc. I mean, that pretty much needs no real talk, because it's a Red Spider arc. Probably I don't know what was my favorite Gintama arc at that point, but it was like definitely one of the not two favorite. Either that or a different one. You guys know what I'm talking about, what arc I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on. Monster episode 37, 38, 39, and 44. Now 37, 38, 39 were all singles. But my god, that's honestly, Monster for me kicked off, really kicked off on its road to like glory of episode 30. But like 37, 38, 30, bruh, I was exhausted. I think back then I was still trying to follow the schedule that I have, which is kind of dead at this point. I just said, screw the schedule, we're watching Monster. Because it was just that good. It was just that, those episodes were just that good, right? It was just the case that there was so much tension, edge of the seat kind of stuff. You were like, I'm weak. That's how it was. That's just how it felt. It was a roller coaster ride. Episode 44, my man pulled a Sharon vignette. For those of you guys who watch Detective Conan, he pulled a Sharon vignette. My man just came in and was like, ha. That's all I'm going to say, right? That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to spoil either Detective Conan or Monster. But yeah, he pulled a Sharon vignette, alright? Then you go on to LotGH episode 56, which was one of those two, we've had two of them so far. The two oddballs in LotGH where we just see the history of humanity. In this case, it was the history of the Earth. That episode was something else, though. It's because they're so special. They're so different that I think they're so special, but they're all just that good. For us, obviously, it's a future, but in LTH terms, it's a past, and it's a plausible past, in all fairness. So, yeah, it was just good. Episodes, I'll include those two. Episodes 71 and 72. They were separate reactions, but I included both of them. 71 and 72, which is basically, to sum it up short, how can I sum it up short? The Last Resistance, I'll call it that. I'll leave it at that. The Last Resistance. It was a very, very recent episode by me, but it's The Last Resistance, let's call it that, right? Then moving on, Bakemonogatari episode 6 reaction and episode 7 reaction. The backstory, just everything, just that whole talk, just sitting in a chair for 20 minutes, 2 episodes, pretty much 20 minutes each, and just talk, just go off, just pouring her heart out. Hit me, right? It really, really hit me. It was such a good, I want to say it was almost I want to say it's my favorite arc, but there's just too many good arcs with Gatari. Honestly, I actually, while I was doing this list, I was thinking, what's actually my favorite arc? Because I should probably include my favorite reactions from my favorite arc, right? But there are just too many. But those 2 episodes specifically stand out to me as well, just because of how good they were, right? Then you've also got Monogatari episode 8 to 11. That's what obviously the video is called. These are all what the videos are called, which was brush your teeth, kids. Brush your teeth. That's all I'm going to say. Then you've got Niche Bros episode 1. Niche Bros had such a great start and such a great series as a whole, overall. But I feel like episode 1 was the best. I'm going to put that out there. I feel like maybe it's because I didn't know what to expect going in. I was just so pleasantly surprised. I loved episode 1. I love this whole series, actually. It's a very, very good series. For those who have some time, I think 13 episodes in total, watch it. It's very good. It's very good. It's very, very fun. It's just very relatable as well. So that's an extra bonus in my opinion. Then you've got Re:Zero episode 15. What did I tell you about the 7 cardinal sins, eh? What do you know about the 7 cardinal sins, eh? Next up, My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 11. I don't live in America, but if I did, man, I'd be so proud. I'm not American, but if I was, I'd be so proud of that episode. I'd be like, you know what? We got represented, bro. We got represented. It's actually why I decided to coin the phrase Almighty-o. I haven't got it trademarked, but I will. I'll get Almighty-o trademarked just because of that episode. Just because of that episode. Watch me trademark that word, right? Watch it. I'm gonna trademark that word almighty just for that one episode. Next up, you've got, and I only mentioned this before, we've got Kingdom chapter 223 to 233, which my title for that reaction was best volume of the entire series so far. At that point it was. Not anymore. Next up, you had Kingdom chapter, I've already said that. Kingdom chapter 273 to 283, which was the last volume I just did. May the words weave the words that be, and I will say the victory. My chants will praise, and I don't know what I'll say, but I'm saying words that really sound strange. Yes, I'm a master of words, and a king of lyricism, because the words I weave are like the rhythm to something. I don't know where I was going to go with this, but I'll just continue saying words that rhyme, because my name is Shakespeare William, that's I. That was terrible, I know, but I just made that up, right? I made that up on the spot, all right? I didn't even write that down or anything. I just made that up right now, like on the spot, like, okay, brain, 150 IQ, think. So yeah, right, that's the last volume I did. Shakespeare greatness, you know who I'm talking about. It's my man, Shakespeare himself. Probably my favorite character of that series, just because he is Shakespeare. Probably. Probably. Next up, just One Piece. Chapter 895. 795 was actually 2 years ago. And that was, at that point, probably my favorite chapter of the whole series. 100 chapters later, 895. One of the chapters of the year. At that point, probably the chapter of the year. Then you have chapter 903, which was probably a better chapter of the year. Then you have chapter 921, which wasn't better than 903, but it was one of those what the flip kind of chapters, right? It was one of those what the flip, like a true what the flip kind of chapter, right? It was just like, huh. Well, we're screwed, aren't we? We're absolutely screwed. Huh. We're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. Then came the next chapter. Well, sorry, 2 chapters after. 923. And guess what? They were absolutely screwed. Oh, yeah, I love that chapter. Glad I was just working on something, but yeah, that was that chapter. 923. And then 925 came around. 925. Zehahaha. That's all I will say. That's all that needs to be said. Because right now, we're talking about the #1 spot. The number one reaction on my channel of this year. My favorite reaction of this year. One of my favorite moments. Oh, I was going to say episode, but that gives it away. You know what it is, right? We all know what it is, right? I think most of you all know what it is, right? It is Gintama episode 210 to 215, the 4 Divas arc. You know that saying? It can only get better. Gintama highlights that with the arc. The arc just starts out absolutely amazing. It ends absolutely amazing. Halfway through, you're just, wow, this is absolutely amazing. And the whole time, it is just absolutely amazing. It is just action, action, action. Heartfelt moments after heartfelt moment after heartfelt moment. It was just brilliant. Honestly, it is my favorite arc of Gintama so far. And probably my favorite reaction. No, it is my favorite reaction of this year, but probably my favorite episodes too. It is just that good. It is just that good. And apparently it gets only better from here. Which to me is kind of scary. If it's that good, what's going to be number 1 next year? We'll see. We'll see. But I hope you all enjoyed this year. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I gotta go and we'll watch the darts because the darts are going on right now. Yes. Yes. I'll see you all sometime. Probably soon. Maybe not. Who knows? But until then, everyone, peace out and have a nice day.